What do you think of when you hear the word passion? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? I'm sure each and every one of us has a different definition of the word passion. It's such a small word, but it's one that can be interpreted in so many different ways for each individual. For me, it's who I am as a 23-year-old who started her life journey at a rather young age and constantly seeking for more to live for. Just speaking about my passion makes me all giggly and happy. It is the reason why I wake up every single day pushing my limits, trying different things, and exploring life like it's a big puzzle to be solved. It is my purpose in life, and I hope to bring a different light in discovering yours. I came up with 4 areas I believe any individual might come across in the process of discovering their true passion. I believe, as humans, we have gone through gradual changes from simple to more complex form. In simple words, we transform time to time, like an embryo to a full-grown person. This evolution is a part of life, and although day by day nothing significant changes, when you look back, everything seems so different. This brings me to my first area, the evolution of passion, where our passion evolved through time and space, how our passion is coming to life for the very first time, and how it evolved through the years alongside us. The first thing that I remember being super passionate about was my Barbie doll collection. I know it might sound super silly to you, but I challenge you to try and convince a 6-year-old that her dolls are not the most fascinating thing on planet Earth. And like any other 6-year-old, little me could only think about her dolls. Pretty and pink, playing with dolls, and keeping them organized on my shelf was all I care about. And as silly as it sounds, I really thought I was going to be a doll dealer someday. At the age of 9, I got introduced to the word ambition. You may ask what ambition has to do with passion, but in my opinion, those two words go hand in hand. Because ambition without passion is like driving a car without a sense of direction. Some examples of what an ideal ambition a kid should have would be to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or even a pilot. However, like any main character in the movies, I had to be different. Mine was to become a policewoman so I could fight for justice and catch bad guys like superheroes I watched when I was younger. Yes, some of you might be wondering what happened to the dolls, and to be honest with you, I feel like I outgrown them pretty quickly. I competed in many leadership camps, ran track, high jump, walkathons, played basketball, did choral speaking, and even took on the responsibilities as a vice head of prefect. I've gotten a handful of awards for those achievements, but I came to a realization that I was a jack of all trades, master of none. I never truly felt like I belonged in either of those activities. And because of that, I started seeking for what's truly mine. During similar times, I was told by my mom that there are chances that she wouldn't be able to send me to college for higher education due to financial difficulties. However, that didn't stop me. I did a variety of gigs, from promoting snacks in the train stations to selling sponges in the supermarkets to wiping tables in bars and eventually hosting events and speaking in schools just to earn enough to put myself through college, pay bills, and to make ends meet. You might be wondering how I have time for classes and assignments. Well, I have great college friends who understood my difficulties and did their best to make sure I understood the classes I miss occasionally. Apart from that, I also brought my assignments with me to work and to do it whenever I have a break or between traveling to different locations. In addition to how tired I was trying to juggle college and work, I lost that sense of excitement. That drive I had, my desire to succeed. I felt something that I never felt before in my life. I felt lost. It was the only time in the 20 years of my existence that I felt passionless. No dolls, no superheroes, no ambition, no hobby, just plain work and studies. I felt that something was missing until I got involved with social work. Being a part of Road Track, having the opportunity to do something so much more than just working or studying made me feel alive for once. Being able to fundraise for good causes, teach children at orphanages, doing street feeding to people in need, and seeing up close put me into a whole new perspective. Seeing what I have taken for granted, the opportunities to have a choice, to work, to study, or even to dream, a choice that those individuals might never have. And just like that, a new passion bloomed inside of me. Because of my gigs and social work, I got the chance to interact with young students and listen to their struggles. After listening to them, to my surprise, a majority of them actually struggles with their mental health. Years I struggled with mine, and having nowhere and no one to go to left me wanting to do so much more. Something that I would never imagine doing. This pushed me to start a passion project with Road Track, and the idea of YANA was born. YANA stands for You're Not Alone Southeast Asia Mental Health Initiative, and it is a youth platform dedicated to normalizing conversations and breaking the stigma surrounding mental health. This project alone reached 50,000 young adults within the first year through our listening programs, awareness campaigns, and even through our partnership programs with the Philippines and other sea countries. And just when I thought my passion journey was over, something unexpected happened. I got scouted in the supermarket, where it opened my eyes once again to the potential and reach of where becoming a beauty queen might lead to. I had the privilege to represent my country, Malaysia, and share my knowledge and culture on the international stage. Experiencing the passion of the Filipinos towards pageantry made me want to accomplish much more and evolve my own passion. Despite losing the competition, I know it sucks, I took it as my stepping stone in bettering myself and projected that energy towards building a career as a model, host, mentor, and advocate for what's close to my heart. The evolution of passion teaches you that passion changes with time, environment, and priorities, but at the end of the day, it can be found once again, just in another form. This leads me to my second area of passion, which is the realization of passion, where we come to acknowledge and fully understand our inner motivation. This might be a transitional phase in our life where we find ourselves at a place where we realize our passion, our motivation, and our mission in life. Some of us are lucky to transform our passion into a career, and some of us might only be able to turn our passion into our lifelong hobby. No matter what our evolved passion is, in one way or another, a significant part of our life. Has anyone in your life ever doubted your passion? I have, convincing me that my passion might only be a hobby and never sustainable enough to be a career. However, I was well aware that passion, it's who I am. Passion, it's what sets me apart. And passion, it's what I put into each and every work I do. Passion, it's my way of life, and it's applied in every aspect, be it running, walking, speaking, or even presenting my idea here today at TEDx. Passion. In order to make passion your career, you have to understand that sometimes it takes all of you to really make it work. I was once asked whether I would choose passion over money, and to be honest, I would choose passion over money any day of the week because I truly believe in the law of attraction. Many might disagree, but money can't buy you happiness. It could buy you an iPhone 13 Pro Max, I won't lie, but the truth is, there are limits to how much satisfaction money could give. True passion will attract people, opportunities, and eventually money. This leads me to my second area of passion, which is the realization of passion, where we come to acknowledge and fully understand our inner motivation. This might be a transitional phase in our life where we find ourselves at a place where we realize our passion, our motivation, and our mission in life. Some of us are lucky enough to transform our passion into a career, and some of us might only be able to turn our passion into our lifelong hobby. No matter what our evolved passion is, in one way or another, a significant part of our life. Has anyone in your life ever doubted your passion? I have, convincing me that passion might only be a hobby and never sustainable enough to be a career. However, I was well aware that passion is who I am as an individual. Passion, it's what sets me apart. Passion, it's what I put into each and every work I do. Passion, it's my way of life, and it's applied in every aspect, be it running, walking, speaking, or even presenting my idea here at TEDx today. Passion. In order to make passion your career, you have to understand that sometimes it takes all of you to really make it work. I was once asked whether I would choose passion over money. And to be honest, I would choose passion any day of the week because I truly believe in the law of attraction. Many might disagree, but money can't buy you happiness. It might buy you an iPhone 13 Pro Max, just saying. But the truth is, there are limits to how much satisfaction money could give. True passion will attract people, opportunities, and eventually money. When you truly believe in what you do and do it with all your heart, money follows. In our journey of life, we go through various changes which alters our passion, forcing us to sometimes adapt to it, which leads to our third area of passion, the adaptation of passion. You might end up not liking what you used to, but it doesn't mean you have lost it. It simply means you have adapted to the new circumstances, changes in our life, monumental events that might occur, or just the fact that we outgrown our younger self might lead us to view our passion through different lenses. The passion we once thought would be our motivation for life, doll dealing, might not look as appealing as the years goes by. That doesn't mean it's gone. It's just changing and evolving with us. From doll dealing to being a mental health advocate, don't let that change distract you. It's only that, a mere distraction. In order to adapt your passion fully into your new status quo, you need to accept the change. You're allowed to spend as much time as you need realizing and adjusting to new circumstances. You can cry, moan, laugh, scream. It's totally up to you. At the end of the day, you're letting go of an idea, of a vision, of a passion that no longer suits your needs and aspirations in your life. Now, you channel that same energy and power towards your new passion, like how I did mine. Doll dealer to host, model, mentor, and mental health advocate. In order to achieve greatness in life, an act of sacrifice is required. Doing something you love might feel amazing, but at the same time, the amount of time and effort you need to put in order to make it work takes a lot of sacrifices. Sometimes you need to sacrifice your sleep, sometimes you need to take time from your loved ones, and other times your relationship with people takes a toll. Those are several examples of how your passion affects your life. It's up to you to what extent it would affect you. It's your dream, your life. You decide how much heart you want to pour into it. No one else should, not even your parent, not even your partner. I can't tell you the amount of tears I have shed, sleepless nights, working on assignments, preparing for work, the numbing pain I had standing 12 hours a day, speaking non-stop, hurting my throat, working out extremely during my competing days, missing out my favorite cheat days. Food, guys, I'm a foodie. All of that just for one word, passion. Many ask me whether it's worth it, or to be honest, it sucks to not be like everyone else at my age, but I've accomplished so much and still accomplishing much more than I could ever imagine. If passion doesn't give you the same feeling anymore, that doesn't mean you have lost it. It simply means you have adapted your passion. You have to come to a realization with yourself that it's okay to not be okay and to seek that passion once again. We might have lost 2 years, almost 2 years, to the pandemic, but it also pushed us to come up with random things to survive. Whether it's a new hobby, new Netflix show, new job, or new dishes to try. Change the way you see things. Try new things, and sometimes just do it. Like Nike said. That's what passion is all about. A feeling, a drive, a push to do whatever it takes to make it work, because it makes you the happiest person in life. Now, go live your life with passion and never forget that your passion is never lost, only adapted. Thank you.